Yeah, you should feel bad. All right, let me see. Pour me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 9:30, but I don't care. It's Ramblecast time. There you go.
Wow, that might have been your best ever, especially
Best
when
one,
I was told there would be no song.
There was, yeah.
That's why I said no fucking song. So now my name looks stupid.
If you're joining us live and you watch us live on our YouTube channel, you'll see that Jack's name says no fucking song. So that is what he's referring to. And Nick with the 3-point shot, we didn't even expect it.
Yep. It's beautiful.
And 3-point shot, it went in and he was fouled.
Right.
By Chris
up,
at the
baby.
buzzer.
Yeah.
Chris, welcome back. We missed you.
Chris was in the beer line at the Garden and fouled him.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I took a week off. I took a week off. Did you say Jack off? I think you did.
No. Like you and Jack both haven't seen each other for a month.
Yeah, it's been a while. I took last week off. I needed a.
How do you know we haven't seen each other? You're just assuming.
Okay.
Last week was a bit of a long week for me. I had a mental break from pretty much everything last week, so I stepped out last week. But I'm in a much better place today.
That's good for sure. That's good to hear.
Yeah, that'll be me soon. Mental break.
Well, we won't really notice it when Nick's gone, but we noticed it while you were gone, Chris.
Thanks,
Dick.
Because Chris,
you noticed.
Well, with Nick, it could just be, his internet froze.
Yeah.
Nick's internet's froze for the whole podcast.
You could just put a picture of Nick on the.
We would be remiss without starting Chris off with Star Wars Lego Hour.
All right,
Lego.
Right.
I'll see you guys next week.
Well, this one here is thanks to Matt, because Matt found this for a good deal at his local Sam's Club or Costco. And sent it on over with some great art supplies that my daughter is currently using right now and not.
Oh, good.
She was supposed to go to bed, but she's sitting there drawing in her journal. So
good.
Yeah, she thanks you very much, and I do as well.
Oh, Matt finally sent it out. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, it was pretty prompt.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, we were. It was one of those we communicate with each other, and I just kind of did a shout out on the Star Wars podcast or Star Wars thread because I knew this guy over here, Jack, would not care about such news. So,
still like to be included, but that's okay.
You really want to see a bunch of memes that you don't get the jokes for? You're like, I didn't even see this. This has got a Lord of the Rings reference.
How do you know I wouldn't get the joke? How do you know I wouldn't get the joke?
Have you seen
You wouldn't get the jokes.
I can do fake haha.
You can do the double tap haha.
Haha.
Well, I haven't built that one yet. I was contemplating maybe this is going to be the first one that I was going to make with doing the lighting. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. It's like $25. I don't know if I want to deal with it.
Yeah,
but they do look really cool.
Do it the right way.
What do you mean? Define the right way.
Don't half-ass it. Does it have lights?
No.
Not standard. You have to buy the.
You have to buy them separately.
But you can put the lights on it, right?
Yeah.
I could.
Go the distance.
Wow.
6
seconds ago, he couldn't give given a shit
I
about
know.
Legos.
If you build it, he will come. And it's been a while since he came. So that build it.
All right.
Jack knows about as much about Legos as he does about plumbing.
I will say though,
I know a few things. What plumbing are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, what do you mean there? Yeah.
Both of you guys kind of were like, what?
I
was just,
I'm not gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole.
I was just blowing your shit.
You're not touching it.
Or a 6-foot Mexican.
John, that was that guy.
But Matt wrote it for him.
I wrote the jokes. Little peek behind the curtain. Every show, it feels like it's live and we ramble, but it's
all pretty
actually really well written.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty
Matt sends us a script ahead of time, and we say, okay, who's going to play the asshole today?
and I always get
And
the
usually,
short end.
It's always Matt.
It's usually Matt.
So you
I'm
guys,
sorry,
there's
I
a
will punch you.
meetup happening, isn't there?
Oh yes. Sherry is asking who's able to go to the meetup. Same as it has been.
I will be able to go.
You won't be able to go?
No, I will be. I'm going to
you're
Queso Carbone's on Friday, and then we're doing a Durham Bulls game on Saturday, only if there's 80% chance of rain. I was looking forward to meeting Kevin Costner, but I don't know if that's
wait. There's a chance of rain on Saturday now? You're telling me this?
I heard he gave it all up for the love of the game.
Wait, it's raining on Saturday?
I guess at this ball game.
I'm not going.
You're not going to go? Okay, Chris. Well,
no, it's raining.
I was looking forward to seeing you. You know, I sent you those.
Hey, John, are you John 6'4"? No shit. Is he really 6'4"?
He's a big guy.
Fucking tall dude. I never met him.
I'm 6'4". I'm 6'4".
Are you?
That's why Matt wanted the fence so high.
Matt Tree says, I think the whole weekend is rainy.
Yeah,
so.
I spent a whole hour in a Catholic church this weekend, so I'm a little punchy.
Man, I was once Catholic until I reached the age of reason.
It's funny because I as you're sitting there waiting for we're waiting for something, and they had
the church,
women reading, and she kept saying she'd read the thing, and she'd go, Lord, hear our prayer. And they'd all go, Lord, hear our prayer. They must have said like 40 times. I'm like, how needy are these fucking people? It's God. He fucking heard you already. Okay.
I don't know.
All right? He fucking hears you. If I was God, I'd lose my shit. I'd be like, all right, I'm sending a lightning bolt down there. They need to shut the fuck up. It's Sunday. I got a busy day ahead of me. I'm sorry. That's all I could think of when I was sitting there listening. And Lord, hear our prayer. Fuck.
All I have to say,
I got it. I got it.
I am beyond. This is going to be an unpopular opinion, likely. I'm grateful that I have lost my religion. I don't deal with that crap anymore. You know, just.
Were you in the corner?
And things you want.
That's what I was wondering.
I'm not Catholic, so
I had so much better without.
Everyone's staring at me when they're doing the ominous dominus and all that stuff, and I'm like going, I don't know how to do that. I didn't get fed because they give these wafers out and stuff and wine.
The stale crackers,
Did I get one? No, I did not get one. But Zach was cute. Yeah. Zach, it was his confirmation, and he looked very spiffy, and he looked
first communion. You mean?
Is that what it is?
Confirmation is when you're older.
I keep saying it. My wife keeps correcting me, but I'm not Catholic.
But Zach's not old enough to get communion yet, is he?
He got. Well, he did a warm taffy. I don't know if you remember that.
I guess Catholics do it different than the Lutherans.
Grabbed his britches.
Well, no, no. He warm taffy, who's not Catholic. When they were giving out the wafers, he walked up there because probably he was stoned off his ass on Mentos. Hey, man, he walked up there and he physically grabbed the crack. He grabs the cracker out of the person's hand and puts it in his own mouth. So it's like
nice.
Well,
so Zach did the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, when I grew up doing communion, I mean, you didn't have to. You didn't have. No, I was Lutheran. We're just on the other side of Catholicism. We're like, we're like, fuck you. We're more skeptical. But I mean,
How are your priests? Are they
married? Thank you very much.
Married with children?
Every pastor I had growing up, they were all married. So, I mean, it wasn't like, I'm not saying that like single men molest children, Nick. I'm just saying that if you're Catholic and you're single, it's a good. I don't know if his internet's caught up with that.
I see. I guess you got the script to be the asshole today.
Sherry, I will be there for the meetup, but I won't be going to church. So if you're going to try to get me to go to church, Nick's already writing down like notes to like fuck Matt.
No, I just wrote okay. Chris's Legos, and then the second point is, yeah, we're all going to hell.
Fair.
I'll buy a beer when we get there.
You remember Eddie Murphy's album when he I think it was Raw, where he said, "Who shoots the Pope? Who tries to kill the Pope?" It's like, you want to go to hell and you don't want to wait in line. I mean, seriously, who shoots the Pope? But I did want. What was I going to say? Oh, I want to say something about Indiana. Is that where convicts go to die, or does it get caught?
What? Huh?
Oh, is that what the escape people got?
This escape convict. That
went is that what?
Indiana. He went to. He got caught in Indiana.
Oh, good. Good. I'm glad he got.
Oh, the Wonder Couple there.
Yeah, the couple.
Yeah.
She
woman who had.
She killed herself.
She died.
She killed herself.
She did.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
She did. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No way. I haven't read anything about it. I just heard they got caught.
She was set to retire that day.
What an idiot!
Was retired. I said, I figured he would kill her and leave her off the side of the road because he's a murderer. Number one. Number two, it's easier to travel with just one. You know.
Do you think she said, "I'm getting too old for this shit. I got one day left to retire. Fuck it." Pension.
She's a saxophone music.
She sold her house. She sold her house.
Oh, okay.
And I guess they had a shitload of weapons in the car too.
Oh, okay.
My guess is they were probably going to Canada, maybe. I would have gone the other way towards Mexico, but
don't. I wouldn't drive through Indiana. There's.
I wouldn't go through Indiana.
Yeah, there's just as many backwoods people who like to, you know. I mean, there's you got to figure
they like to do what?
No, there's a lot of There's a lot of backwoods cops that are just looking for
backwoods cops, anything.
Well, I'm just like I was driving one time and they pulled me over for the license plate light not being lit because they were just trying to see if I was drunk.
Well,
your license plate light.
It's like
it's
a very ticky-tacky kind of thing.
I mean, Matt knows what he's talking about. Like, like when you're coming in the country and you get the customs forms and you get that one random question that says, "Have you recently been to a farm?" They put that on there for people from Indiana. Yeah.
Randy says Indiana near Owensboro, Kentucky. I've driven through Owensboro, Kentucky.
Isn't that a podcast?
I think they were taking like a minor road there. They were probably not on the.
Well, I guess the car they stole broke down, and then they stole another car, and it was spotted. So.
Oh fuck!
Amateurs.
Amateur hour
when that happens.
Yeah. So,
anyway,
I mean that sounds like a how they have these wilderness shows where it's like they drop somebody out in the wilderness with like, oh, you got a comb and a stick of bubble gum. Good luck. Go kill a deer, and like,
and
then they pick them up 30 days later. This should be like a reality show for inmates. Like, okay, look, you got 30 days to make it north or south of the border. Good luck.
Wasn't that a
Here's
movie?
A prison guard.
Wasn't that a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Richard Dawson?
Well, they made variations of that stuff. It's like,
Midnight Run, isn't it?
Well, then you had The Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's what I'm talking about. Running Man.
Yeah, Running
Man. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you had the one with Jean-Claude Van Damme, I think, where
48 hours.
Hard Target.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where and then there's another one too. Like, basically that's that whole concept of like, let's get some poor people and like let rich people hunt them.
Yeah. Trading places.
It Ice-T? Ice-T in a movie where he was being hunted by people, other actors. Gilligan's Island.
Gilligan's Island.
Remember, it was Sinclair or Kincaid. Kincaid was the guy that came to the island and was trying to kill Gilligan.
Oh yeah, sure. Like the most dangerous game.
Yeah.
Yeah. That story about the most dangerous game. So
yeah,
I remember my daughter read that in like 5th or 6th grade, and she was like, "It's people." It's like she was just like, yeah.
She should watch Soylent Green.
Yeah,
Soylent Green is people. Again, going back to the wafers that you get at the Catholic Church. So are those people?
Yeah, they're people like
it is.
They're people.
Is that what Soylent Green is?
They got a big loaf of Jesus.
You can buy them on Amazon.
Oh yeah.
Really?
I don't know who would, but yeah.
There was one family came in. I said, and I turned to my wife. I said, Oh, they're Catholic because there's like 12 kids.
Yeah, they don't pull out.
No,
Buy the body of Christ on Amazon.
I said, Jesus Christ. And everyone looked at me because you're not supposed to say that.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, you just gotta pull out.
Gotta be so PC nowadays. You can't say Jesus fucking Christ in a church.
My youngest grandson, when they were singing, because they're always singing, and there's a speaker up above, and he looks up, he goes, "Is that Alexa?"
That's adorable.
So I'm laughing, and it's a whole thing. Is that Alexa?
God, church sucks.
I always like it. History of the World Part 1. Where Mel Brooks is doing the Last Supper painting. And he's like, Jesus, yes. Jesus, yes.
And why can't they get because my back has just been killing me. I just can't get it back in sync. No pun intended. And these benches are so damn hard. I'm like going. Everyone was praying for something else. I was praying for like a pad, a cushion, because it was rough. So I've even been down at the little seat.
So your back's out of in sync, and you need to get it back.
You should they should take you down to the basement and put you in the rack, and
Chris sees what I'm going for.
Confess. My back feels great now.
You could almost say it's back.
Yeah, it's back. My back is back.
Never mind.
All right.
That wasn't in the script.
Thank you. That's all I wanted. Thank you.
Everybody.
All right. Randy's upset because he made a Radar O'Reilly reference at work today, and none of the young people knew what he was talking about.
What was the reference?
I think he just randomly yelled out, "Radar O'Reilly!"
No, that's
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just inferring. So,
Randy, what was the reference?
We need to know more. Know more.
Yeah, but it's like it all depends on if you're a pop culture media type person. Because I was somewhere not too long ago, and someone said something verbatim like, "Who would know so much about whatever?" And I went, "Well, you have to know these things when you're a king, which is Monty Python's Holy Grail." But no one got it. I was just like, "You people are sad,
losers."
Yeah.
You actually got reported to HR.
Yeah.
Randy, did you forget the Radar O'Reilly reference?
It's too much setup. There was like a ping in the background, or like maybe the choppers were coming, and he just like perked up, and he's like, "Choppers
like this,
incoming.
Choppers!
We've got wounded." He just stood up in his cubicle. I assume he works in a cubicle.
He doesn't say incoming. It's not a bomb. It's choppers. I think he said with 5 o'clock Charlie, though, didn't he?
He does say we've got wounded, though, at some point, right? Like, no? John says that he references the Ramblecast all the time. No one gets it. Randy does chime in. It took him a while to type all of this out. I guess he's not a typist at his work. He says, someone was the radar of the office, the person who knows how to get things done and makes the whole office work. That makes sense. Yeah,
because basically Radar runs everything.
Yeah,
that is true. It's been said. It was said several times.
You could have also called them mom, but that was over the weekend. We only celebrate Mom's Day. Did you guys have good Mom's Days?
I was at church. I was loaded. Okay. At church. I got to spend time with family. So that was fun.
Which is worse. Yeah.
Got to spend time with family too.
I just got up and did errands. Took the motorcycles to the recycling center. Went to grocery. Then talked to my mom.
Yeah. You don't seem too happy about it.
Oh, I was pissed. Yeah. I just talked to her like 2 days before. I was like, "Fuck, why did I have to talk to you again?"
I did the same thing. I called her. I called her on Friday. I went, "Oh, what am I doing? I have to call her in 2 days. This isn't right."
So one of the best milestones of my marriage actually happened on Saturday before Mother's Day.
What?
When we were so on Saturday before Mother's Day, we actually planned in and hanging out with some friends for a birthday party and a graduation party. A friend of ours just finally graduated from college, and so it was like a big deal. But so we went to CVS. Is that a normal thing? CVS drugstore.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know.
Nationwide.
I I use the receipts for toilet paper.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so we had to go pick up a couple of gift cards or whatever. And I looked down the aisle and there's all the Mother's Day cards. And I was like, hey, I haven't gotten you one of those yet. And she's like, go pick one out. I'll read it right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, yes, that's awesome. So I sure as shit, I picked out a card, handed it to her. She read it. She chuckled, put it back.
Yeah, that's I love it. Like, there's a video out there as well. It's like of somebody filming two older people on Valentine's Day in like a Walmart or CVS, and that's what they were doing too. Like, you could see them like looking at all the different cards until they found the right one, then gave it to each other. They both read it, laughed, gave each other a kiss, and then
it was brilliant.
Back. Like, yeah,
They're a huge waste of money.
Yeah,
and
they're like $7 now.
I apologize to anyone that works at Hallmark or.
I don't. Fuck you and your job. Your cards are fucking wasting money.
Yeah, the best breakdown of those is definitely from 500 Days of Summer, because that's what he does for a living, is writes cards. And when she breaks up with him, he's basically just having a breakdown in the office. He's like, because the first person's pitching all their cards, he's like, hey, no offense, but these suck. And like, what? He's like, we're just selling lies, and he's like, it's one of the best scenes of like people who like me who hate cards, But the best one was like, because that person who was giving the presentation, it's a cat like trying to swat at a bird on a ledge, and it says "Go for it," and he's like, look, it says "Go for it." If Fluffy goes for it, that's a dead cat.
Which is a good thing, right?
Yeah.
What?
A dead cat's a good thing, or
no.
have he said that?
I love cats.
So to clear the air,
yes,
I didn't skimp out on the on a gift per se, but I think we've graduated. Cards are no longer an important thing.
I hate cards. I've always hated cards.
Well, my wife
I usually will hand make something. I will usually hand draw something.
Well, you're an artist.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have the material there.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's. Yeah.
Well, my wife goes, you didn't wish me happy Mother's Day on Facebook. I go, do I usually do that?
For fuck's sake.
Does she? She goes, do you usually do that? Do I usually do that? She goes, yes. I go, well, if you want to be, I haven't even said anything to my mom yet. I go, dude, I was at church all day today.
Delete Facebook immediately.
Yeah.
Wait, what now?
Well, it's like and maybe it's just me because I'm cynical and a bit of an asshole. But it's like,
well, don't sell yourself short.
Yeah, I'm
you're more than just a bit of an asshole.
Just a bit of an asshole. Yeah,
you're the whole fucking brown eye.
Jack's firing in all cylinders tonight. I don't know.
They call me Dark Star.
You're the whole chocolate starfish.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like we're such narcissistic now because of Facebook and Instagram. I mean, I think that's kind of where Chris was going. Maybe not. But yeah, it's like all morning of Facebook on Instagram, it was just all the live feeds of like every single one of my friends putting up like 30 pictures of their mother, like happy Mother's Day.
Don't give a fuck about your mom.
I don't care. I don't give a fuck. And you wonder, is like, are you just like showing off that you have pictures of your mom? Like, I don't care.
Right. Yep,
sure. I mean, I will say, it is one of those things that like, I'm not an every holiday or every birthday poster. It's more of like when if I'm in the mood, if we're doing something, if we're out doing something cool, I'm going to post about it. Sure. Okay.
Now,
in the moment.
This is coming from somebody who didn't post anything. Right. And
I didn't either.
Right. But I will say though, there is something endearing about posts of kids with their mom.
Yeah.
That's a different thing.
Yeah,
so like
kids,
kids. But like I'm not.
I did eventually post something, and she hasn't even liked it. So
I almost posted a picture of my son on Mother's Day, and then I was like, oh shit, I can't. This was a legit thought. I was like, I can't post a picture of my son because I haven't posted a picture of my wife, and if I post a picture of my son,
there's just so much.
It's like, I mean, my wife wouldn't care. She's not gonna care. But it's like
the fact that the optics are something you have to worry about is so fucking stupid. Like I fucking hate social media.
Again, I had to wake up, get dressed, put on some nice clothes, and go sit in church. So my mind was not on Mother's Day. It didn't seem like Mother's Day.
Look at this picture of my son. He fell asleep with his hand underneath his chin, like he's thinking about something.
Yeah, he's thinking. Why is my dad such an asshole?
Yeah.
I kept expecting him to wake up and look at me and be like, "What are you doing?"
Stalker.
Well, I know, but you got to take pictures of your kids while they're sleeping because
It's the only time you like them. Yeah.
well, they're quiet and they're cute.
Oh, we missed a comment from John. And he goes, "My daughter thinks cards are stupid, so I send her money for her birthday and add $6.99 to the amount." That's actually pretty funny.
That's the way to do it.
Okay, Sherry chimes in here. I think this is good to have a kind of a full. She said, "I did not post Happy Mother's Day to my mom this year on Facebook. She went back and found my post from last year and loved it. I felt like a jerk. Obviously, she went looking for a post.
Fucking hilarious.
That is hilarious, Sherry. Thanks for sharing.
When I finally posted my mom, I said, Happy Mother's Day to my second favorite mom.
Wow.
And that was it.
Wow.
That's how I treat.
I meant to text my my sister, and I didn't. So that was the thing that I felt bad about.
Well, I find them, like, to me, I hate buying cards because they're all bullshit. Like,
yeah,
how many of them when you see it's like to the best mother ever? I'm like, well, that's not true,
right?
Like, come on,
we got to order 5,000 of these cards.
Yeah, so I always find like the worst card I can get and send it to my mom. Like I sent many of her cards, they were all in Spanish. I'm like, yeah, here's the card.
I feel like the Onion is missing out on a whole demographic here because there are a lot of cynical people out there that would send an Onion card.
Well, that episode of Seinfeld where he gets the card from that girl that works at PBS. He takes it, reads it, and he throws it in the trash, and she sees it. And he goes, well, you put your name, you signed it.
Yeah,
you signed it. He goes, well, I took a lot of time and effort to pick that out. Come on, I just look, okay, there's a good one. All right. Boom. I don't take a lot of time and effort.
I used to do the anti-card, which is
we lost Chris because of you guys.
I know. He was offended. He's thinking about cards now. I used to do the anti-card, which is you find a card that is completely unrelated to the thing that you're doing. So if it's, and I love those. I kept some for my sister because she did the same thing to me. She would give me a card that would say, happy birthday, Grandpa.
Right.
Or like I would put like happy birthday, granddaughter. We would just kind of fuck with each other and kind of come up with, it's funny. I hate sympathy cards, but they're really funny as a happy birthday card. So, have fun with it, I guess, if you're going to buy cards and if you want those things.
I think they should just be fun. I tell people, don't send me a card. I don't want a card. It's just a waste of money. Yeah. It's killing the environment. Come on, we don't need these cards.
Stop buying paper, people. Okay?
How many dolphins can we kill for these?
How many paper people can we just put out of business? That's what I'm looking for.
Well, there's always going to be people buying cards because
Oh, sure,
it is what it is. But my God,
until we impose the paper tax, and just do away with all of this,
frivolous
carbon
paper
footprint.
Don't even get me started on fucking mailing out cards. Like, like all the cards that we mail out during the holidays are people that we see regularly anyways. I'm like, here's your fucking card.
I do love shopping for a good stamp. And you guys have made fun of me about that.
You're a philatelist.
You're one of those dicks that holds up the line and right.
Okay, last time I was there, there was
can I get 4 of these stamps?
There wasn't even a line behind me.
Excuse me, I want the limited edition stamp.
You still have the Elvis stamp?
I got the flower.
Do you have the Elvis stamp?
I got the Elvis stamp. Now they did come out with another Elvis stamp like just a couple years ago. But it's not the Elvis stamp that came out.
Not the original Elvis.
Not the original stuff.
When the original Elvis stamp, that was a big
deal.
That was a huge, because people would come in. I didn't even make any money on the fucking stamps. It's like, oh my God.
They're stamps.
Because people used to say, because one point we did start charging more for stamps, like 3 cents more per stamp. That's illegal. I go, why is it illegal? I go, it's my stamp. I can do whatever. I go, so you're saying people that are stamp collectors can't sell the stamp? And they go, what do you mean? I go, well, it's the government stamp, right? So you can't, it's still a stamp. You can't sell it, right? Well, that's different. I go, no, I don't think so.
I think Sherry makes a really good point here. So for weddings, do you send sympathy cards?
Not right away, because you don't want to be that person. You wait a few weeks.
Oh, I love being that person.
when they realize they've made that mistake, you go,
you can
also double down and just do the congratulations on the baby and then really fuck with them.
Yeah. I mean, even blaming people like especially if I know the bride very well, like I'll walk up and be like, I can't believe you wore white on the wedding day. Like, oh my god, dick.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like Wedding Crashers, like where he's like, hey, you need to run like ASAP. Do I look like a happy person?
But sometimes what you really just need to do, you need to take a break.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, from all your worries.
I got it.
And we're back.
Yeah. I've got some stamps. So like they did like a USS Missouri one like a couple years ago. I bought those. I
have some stamps somewhere too. I don't know what the hell I did with them all.
My daughter,
I think they're with all my comics.
She goes, "Do you have some stamps?" I go, "Why would I have any stamps?"
The more recent Star Wars stamps that they made, they did a whole droid sheet, which was really cool.
Yeah, those are. I think I bought that.
Yeah, I mean they had like the Chopper. They had K. They had some of the like the newer ones like L7 in there. Chopper. Yeah.
Chopper.
Mm-hmm. He's a
character, not an actual chopper.
No,
I thought we were going back to Matt.
It's a droid. It's a droid.
Randy has a tramp stamp.
By the way, that would be a hilarious. Like, why doesn't the U.S. Post Office do that? That would be a really funny.
It would be a moneymaker.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, you actually have the full sheet, Nick.
Yeah, the full sheet. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought the full sheet, and my kids just used the fuck out of them. So.
And yes, I don't know why. Like, sometimes if I like them, I will just buy them. Just
like,
the moon landing.
One. The moon one is really cool.
There's the Missouri.
Oh, that's where Matt wants to go back in time and watch the moon landing.
No. See, okay, Chris, you weren't here for last week. Okay, here, last one.
You guys have seen that? Like, those are the 2007 Star Wars stamps.
And you've got it.
I've got them all.
Carrie Fisher.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill. I've got pretty much everybody.
That's got to be worth something with the Carrie Fisher on there.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I think 3 of the people that are signed it are passed on now. So
Kenny Baker, don't you have?
Yeah, it's Kenny Baker, Carrie Fisher, and Peter Mayhew signed it as well. So
wow. And then like one day in the future, Nick's kid's like, "Daddy, I need a stamp."
Yeah. I'll have it hidden somewhere because I mean my goal is because the rest of them because when Ewan McGregor and some of the other guys actually start going to conventions, I want to get them to sign their stamp, and
are they
Ewan McGregor's never going to a convention.
Actually, I think he's going this year.
Really?
To Celebration in Anaheim.
Celebration, I can understand.
What about
that's
Comic-Con?
Like that's up here in the.
Yeah, well, that's where I got most of those sounds at Celebration 2015.
Are you going to Comic-Con, Nick?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
Because like I'll be in San Diego the week before, and so just like in 2019, I'll just stay. You
we have to wear. You have to wear a mask.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify for Chris what you missed last week. We had a large discussion about time travel and a unique set of rules that we came up with. Okay, here's the rules. If you could pick 1 year, you can go back in time for a whole year. Doesn't matter. It can be outside of your lifespan. Okay. You're just a free person. Only in the 20th century. What year do you go back to? You can live through that whole year doing whatever the frick you want. I was thinking 1969 would be cool because I could see the moon landing and I could go to Woodstock and, it seems like a cool time to be around. So that was just something I floated out there. You could go back to 1980 and just be like, here, I want to invest in the Steve Jobs. I want to be here I want to stop John Lennon's assassination.
An entire year though. That's a different ask.
Yeah, it is.
Like going back for like a week vacation, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
But you're going back for an entire
year. Yeah.
I would actually.
1999.
I was saying 1999. Yeah, it's like, I get to go to Woodstock 99. I
want to go to all the concerts.
Yeah, no, dude. It would probably be within the last decade or so.
You could invest in all of the cool companies that are.
Well, you could invest in all the companies. You can give.
We had a problem with
heads up about shit. You know what I mean? Like,
So
Fuck, man! If I could go back 10 years ago and get my dad screened for cancer, like before,
Oh shit!
any of that shit
Mhm.
happened. Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we weren't even thinking that.
You know
No,
what I mean? Yeah, because you guys are all fucking soulless bastards. You wouldn't think about anything but yourself.
Well, what I wanted to do is I wanted to go back and take selfies. Like, okay.
Yeah, that's his thing.
I go to Ford's Theater just before Lincoln gets assassinated. Say, hey, move over, Mary Todd.
It's not even in the 20th century, but that's
I thought it'd be cool, but I got shot.
He wanted to go back to 68 because of all the assassinations that happened in 68. It's like just be there for.
He lived it, man.
Hey, Sir Hand, hold on a second.
I could stop this, but no, you're right though. I mean, like sometime in the 90s, the late 90s would be a good time because you could throw some money down on Amazon. You could invest in some Apple.
And dude, the 90s were fucking great.
You could get the killer AOL email that you wanted.
I mean,
you can invest in Prodigy.
You could buy domain names and just sit on them. You're like, I know somebody's gonna want Batman.com. Come at me, bro.
I mean, dude, you think about what you could do if you went back to the year 1999. You would get the leg up on so much shit.
Yeah,
like I would put. Well, so when did Bitcoin come out? That was probably what?
It was after that.
It was way
post.
Yeah.
09,
actually, just invest in Amazon because I think it didn't really start taking off till after 1999.
Yeah, but that's not even a ludicrous investment.
Yeah, no.
Like if you want to make a real investment, you look at like because in 1999, Apple stock was probably like what $10.
Yeah.
You look
at the problem we were
writing
having,
yourself a note saying open this shit on like the day of like 2016 where you invest all this money into like.
But the
Bitcoin,
problem we were
Ethereum.
having, maybe you can solve it. The problem we were having is say you go back 30 or 40 years and you don't exist, but you go back and you buy it, you put it in they were saying put it in your grandfather's name, but what if your grandfather's a dick and loses there was so many. How do you eventually get your hands on that stock?
How do you figure it out?
Yeah. How does it work?
Fucking
thanks,
buy
Randy.
gold, bury it.
That's what I said. I said buy gold and bury it.
Yeah, that was the other. Yeah, we did come to that.
Hard currency.
Yeah, I mean the other thing is somehow you do the Doc Brown thing and you send a letter to yourself, so that it like.
The future. It's about the future. I have no part of it.
Matt Eichhoff in 1995, I would receive that and be like, and it just says like, fuck art school, just invest this money in this stock and wait 5 years and then you can pay for all of art school.
Don't
pay for all of art school. You can go back. Don't worry about it. Just enjoy your time. So, and don't just date the same girl.
And we also said about going back and killing Hitler, but we figured out it wouldn't work.
The whole butterfly effect, man.
Well, no, because if you kill Hitler, there's always one of his brown shirt friends, Himmler, would take over, and Himmler would be even worse. So
he would have been 10 times worse.
And plus, if say you change, what if you change history, and they get the atom bomb before anybody else, they would rule the world. So we're like, okay, we just got to just deal with Hitler being around.
The thing is that, like I remember either reading or seeing a documentary or something a long time ago, whereas the Nazis were actually ahead of us for a long time on the bomb, but their main scientists' math was off, like to where the amount of uranium that was needed was not physically possible. And if they actually would have gotten the amount of uranium according to his math, it would have blown like a moon-sized hole in the earth.
Jesus.
Luckily, we got the smart Germans.
Yeah,
I like that they got the German that carried the 3, but we didn't.
Right.
Should have invented a calculator.
Damn slide rules.
Yeah.
Should have brought the Casio watch. Damn it!
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think
I got it.
I also look at this through. I mean, I think we all look at this through the lens of fortunate people, in the sense that there's not a whole lot about my life I want to change. You know what I mean? Like I think there's
What about
aspects
your big forehead?
Yeah, I mean maybe not having a huge forehead and having a huge dome. I don't think I can do anything about that. I was born like that.
Yeah. I mean, would you have chosen a different house with like a bigger room for Legos?
No, I got plenty of room. I just got to use it wisely, dude. I have an entire other side of the room I can put shelves on. I haven't thought about doing it, but I'm gonna have to soon.
See?
There's not a whole lot in my life I would change. I mean, obviously you have like the things.
Randy says they were using the metric system.
Like you have to.
Well, that's why, because nobody understood it. That's what the problem was.
Yeah, because when the Germans came over here, they just gave up the metric system altogether. They were like, "Fuck it." So,
fuck it.
Wow, we haven't heard from John.
Wow. Yeah, he's calling me to the floor in this one too. He says, "Hope Boston's coming to Raleigh this year." I'm not, so I can slap him like Chris Rock. What the fuck do you mean Moon Knight is bad? Them's fighting words, bitch. I still stand by. I think the show fucking sucked. Like, I actually think the Moon Knight was the worst production from Marvel.
Extended
universe. No, the extended universe stuff we're seeing on TV. I think it was terrible. Cool story. They could have gone a lot better.
Is this partially? And I'm just playing devil's advocate. Is it partially because you were wrong and Nick and I were right?
About the third
personality, yeah.
No, but here's the thing though, like
you can go back in time. You go back in time and be right.
But the thing is though, I am right because my prediction, because like I said, if that comes out to be true, what you guys said, it took the penultimate episode, which I thought was fantastic, and fucking made it useless. Like the whole.
The thought came to me. Jack would go back in time. Hold on. Jack would go back in time, send himself a letter that is like every Lost theory. So he could just be like 20 for 20 on like all of his crackpot jacks. Like he would be like calling him to the point where like Damon Lindelof is like, fucking who is this guy?
Yeah, right? Hey, I was already on their radar with
all right,
a few
sorry.
things.
I just that thought crossed my mind.
No, it's okay. I like what Miami Mike said. Chris wishes he would have beaten up more elderly people.
Fucking
Chris feels the same way about that comment as I do about like John picking on me about Mexicans.
Chris does have a very valid point though about
about elderly people.
No.
I should kick more of their asses.
Yeah. About Moon Knight being that.
Well,
that episode.
Chris says people live too long, right, Chris?
No, so going back to the Moon Knight conversation, what I was saying is, and before we get into it, I do want to be on the record in saying that Oscar Isaac's performance, however, was fantastic. Like he did a really nice job acting essentially three different characters.
3 different roles, yeah.
But to my point was that the second to last episode, which and by the way, was kind of like the theme for the entire series of like the balancing of the scales, and it had to be even. Like I thought that episode was actually awesome, and it was that point where that episode was the episode. I'm like, oh, maybe this is gonna finish strong. Maybe I'm really gonna like it. And then we find out at the very end of the series that there's the third and confirmed, and it just completely makes that episode useless because the idea of evening the scales, which that whole entire episode was about.
Would you call it even Steve?
Because there was no balance within himself.
There's no balance.
Personality. Yeah. And
right.
So
I throughout that entire series was trying to give a fuck about that show. And it took the second to last episode to get me to give a fuck about it. And then it got squashed in the final.
All right. Not to completely shit on it. And Nick, I know you're about ready to say something else shitty about the show, but just to point out that John says this is Angie, and I think Moon Knight rocks, which is cool.
No, so Angie was going to
disagree.
It was interesting to me because although I'm kind of with the other two hosts on this, where I was not as engaged. And but I was surprised that my kids were they were like really like laughing and into it, and I was really kind of surprised. It was one of those like, because I don't mean to use my kids as an excuse for enjoying a lot of things, but I do enjoy things through their eyes. This was one of those things that I was like, not expecting to be like, well, wow, you guys are liking this more than I do. Like I'm having a harder time getting into this, whereas I did like the last battle scene with the gods and
that's right. I like the gods battle.
Yeah, that started to awaken things, and I was like, oh, this is really rocking. Yeah, go ahead. What were you gonna say, Jack?
I was gonna say, did you tell your kids Chris hated it?
Well, I didn't know that Chris hated it. So, and there's no reason for me to tell them that.
Hates is a strong word. I'll take back some of the vitriol, and I wouldn't say I hate it, but when I compare it to all of the other Marvel stuff that's come out, it's absolutely like far and away my least favorite.
We can talk more about Legos all we fucking want.
Exactly,
the retired guy. Because seriously, dude, like, I mean,
well,
you want to go Legos, dude? I would go.
Well, to be fair, Matt wanted to build the border wall out of Legos. Right?
Hey, they're solid. That'd be expensive.
You just spread them on. You just spread them on the ground. People step on it, they'll go back, right?
It's like, how do we make this wall more expensive?
But like to Marvel, aside from the newest Spider-Man, I thought Stage 4 has been a clusterfuck. Like I have not been impressed with any of Stage 4 Marvel.
Yeah, I sat right with you.
But like Chris and I agreed back a few weeks back, where it's like right when I got to Moon Knight episode 3 when it was over, my thought was like, this should have been a movie, not a series, because it's too drawn out. It's too much kind of like just dead air in the There you go, Jack. Jack's always with me. Yeah.
What does Moon Knight do on Sunday?
Yeah. That's what you rest.
Go ahead.
But then there was too many. Like Chris agreed with me last time he was on the show, where I was like, doesn't this feel like a Mummy ripoff at times? And it did. And then, I mean, did anyone else, when his wife gets her power, all of a sudden just go Wonder Woman? Because it was just straight up like, I got the wings and all this shit. I was like, how are you not getting sued right now?
So you're upset that women got power?
No.
Yeah, they don't like anything that's old or
So I was watching a recap about it, and apparently that's an homage to a character from the comic books, the something Scarlet Scarab or something like that. I forgot what it was. Yeah. And from a costuming perspective, they were spot on with referencing an old comic book entry from Moon Knight, which they did. And I was. Every week I watched like a couple there's like 8 to 10 minute recaps to talk about the ins and outs and Easter eggs and all that type of stuff. And I try to watch them every week to try and get some real Marvel history, so I can try to grasp onto something that's going to make me want to say, oh, I can't wait for next week's episode to come out. But that never did happen. But they did. I feel like they did try to jam in there so many references from across the Moon Knight series of comics, which spanned, I think, a few decades, to be honest with you. So it's it's an old comic book. And it was almost like if they had a bunch of comic book nerds in a comic book room being like, okay, this is the best series ever. So I want to put my favorite references into the story. No, I'm going to put my favorite references into the story.
You're a nerd making fun of other nerds?
Yeah, for sure. No doubt. But
I like the Crimson Crawler more than the Scarab.
Chris is actually doing a pretty good Simpsons nerd.
So we have girls in here? Do we have women? No, I don't know. Ever. I don't want to have women in there.
No, but it seemed like they were just trying too fucking hard to put in all these references from all their comic book reference. They were trying way too hard to make it canon or whatever the fuck you want to say. I don't know, but.
So has anybody seen The Mouth of the Madness? The Madness of the Multiverse. The Multiverse You've seen it?
I did.
You both have seen it, and I have not.
Multiverse of Madness.
Wait, Jack, you've seen it?
No, but I'm just going with Nick.
Okay, so you two downstairs, Doctor Strange, you've seen it.
Yep.
I gave it 76 out of 100.
76 out of 100. Okay. Well, wow. I'm not sure what your 100-point scale is.
You just couldn't give 3 out of 5.
I can't give it a C. I can't give it a C. Nice, Cooper. Go to bed.
Don't you have school tomorrow?
But isn't he 18
How
now?
tall
is he? I think Cooper can be past 10.
Isn't Cooper 6'10" now? Isn't he 6'10" now?
Cooper for me is this 8-year-old kid at Comic-Con. That's Cooper. But in reality, he's fucking, I don't know, he's probably voting huge. And buying cigarettes and shit.
Cooper drives the boat, Chief.
Yeah. John says he's never given his kid the keyboard ever again.
Look,
forgot
John,
what
you
I
better
was
be careful.
going with.
He could probably take it from you.
He's showing up at the Raleigh meetup. You know that.
Oh,
Yeah.
So,
Who's that?
Oh, for sure.
We're talking about
What was he saying right before that?
Multiverse of
You were-
Madness.
Multiverse
yeah.
into the mouth
I
of the.
can't give it a C. I don't think
Yeah,
it deserves
okay.
a C,
All right.
but
Okay.
I think it deserves a solid B.
B, solid B.
Yeah, so
B in the
80s.
middle, like
I'm
85.
I'm gonna
like
give it an
85,
80.
84,
No,
83.
See, 85 is overcommitting. 'Cause you might at
Okay.
that point you might as well
All right.
round up.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna give it an 83, a solid
83,
83.
83. Okay, so it's like
I'm gonna
it's,
give it a
it's
75
it's
out of
G-
1 million.
So Chris, what I'm hearing from you is it's like it's a solid B, but it's leaning towards a B minus.
Yes.
Okay. And Chris is like, or I'm sorry, Nick, you are like it's a C leaning towards a C minus.
No, I would either give it a solid, just regular C or C plus.
C plus. Okay.
Are
I
we
haven't
grading
seen
on
it. I wanted to
is
see
It's
it.
on a class curve.
Well, it feels like it's a bit.
Curve.
It feels like it's a bit too long. It opens up with 2 action sequences back to back, and so you're going probably 20 minutes or at least 15 minutes into the movie,
And then they try and tell the story.
No,
we
it's
see the
like, that's what-
Scarlet?
you
Do we
don't-
see the Scarlet Witch naked?
it is Marvel. But like I'm saying, like to me,
Is
it's
she
like,
hot? Is she hot?
it takes forever to get to the plot
I'm
in the
sorry,
beginning.
I'm just joking.
I
There's no
got
way I thought.
The thing is, my biggest issue with it is that it felt like a story that didn't know what it wanted to be in a lot of ways, and that like, Sam Raimi, to me, it's one of his worst directorial because
Oh yeah.
it's very Sam Raimi in that like you have a lot of like action scenes. You're like, whoa, didn't expect that.
And Bruce
you know?
fucking Campbell.
And Bruce Campbell, yeah. But it's just it's
Oh,
not.
Bruce Campbell's in
It's
it?
not. I mean,
Kind of.
It's Sam Raimi. You've got to
Yeah.
know that Bruce Campbell's showing up at some point.
oh yeah, yeah.
He's in it.
Let's
He's
see
in it.
Bruce-
He's in it so little that it's just like okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But I mean,
They did
like I
that
said,
very much intentionally.
It's
just
not
place
bad.
it on
The
there.
thing is, it has very little humor. And what I did laugh at was that how cheesy it was.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
no, I disagree with you on that, Nick.
What kind of cheese did they have?
so
Baby Swiss.
That's awful.
it was
I think-
Gouda.
I think there was some pretty decent comedy, and most of it came from Stephen Strange, like his like little snarky quips, and what's his name? The what's his name? The Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah, well,
his buddy.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
that's
Poopy.
So
Poopy head.
So they definitely touted. I think that a lot of people were excited about this movie because of the crossover between multiverses, which is the point of the movie. But
and Scarlet Witch.
and they put in some references in the trailers to characters that we may or may not know in how they appear from other dimensions.
the
or
Illuminati scene is
multiverses.
by far the best part of the movie.
Agreed. And speaking of agreed, see what I
Let's
did
take a
there?
commercial break.
Agreed.
No, not yet.
No,
Oh, okay, I'm
No.
sorry.
I'm not
Agree,
sure what you
Richards.
mean by agreed. Agreed.
I didn't know
Like
that was going to
greedy?
happen. I was pleasantly surprised by one of the reveals of the Illuminati.
The Illuminati. That'd be a nice name for a car. Illuminati. What kind of car you drive?
Did you have any surprises, Nick, going into that at all?
I knew that there was going to be a lot of cameos, so I
That
kind of was
surprised me.
prepared for that. Not for the actual people that were the cameos.
There's one, and for me, I'm surprised I didn't get spoiled on it. I had no idea of one of the castings that happened.
Angelina Jolie.
I can't believe Tom Hanks was in it.
Yeah,
Well, see, the thing is, there was a rumor that he was going to be in it.
Oh,
yeah, same as with
No,
Tom
not
Cruise,
Tom Hanks.
yeah.
I'm sorry,
Tom
Tom
Cruise.
Cruise.
Yeah,
There's
a rumor that
Tom
he's gonna be
Cruise is gonna be in it.
different
well,
Iron
I would have
Man.
told my good friend Tom. Well, if I had my Twitter account, I could have told you, but then
Miami Mike
Yes.
says, so you're
Yes.
saying everything
100%.
everywhere all at once handle the multiverse the best?
100%.
Yes,
Yeah, it's a superior
absolutely.
movie.
Okay. Well, there you have it.
He's visually stunning, half effort by Sam. But it's a good flick. Oh, sorry, I'm reading John's comment. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Out loud to everyone. Thanks.
So I'll read that out loud so we can all hear it. So Multiverse of Madness is a visually stunning half effort Sam Raimi
Gary-
movie, but it's a
Gary
good flick.
Berghoff.
This is John, and I am glorious.
Gary Berghoff. I don't get it, Randy.
Berghoff, why don't you fuck off? I don't know. I don't know what he's saying there.
Why you dissing on Radar?
I'm excited to see that movie for sure. Didn't get a chance to see it this weekend because Mother's Day and all that stuff going on.
Have you watched all the What Ifs?
Yeah.
Matt?
Did you watch the cartoon series?
Yes,
What
yes,
Ifs?
I did.
Okay.
I watched all the What Ifs. So yeah.
That helps with this movie.
Okay.
The mid. Did everybody watch Arrested Development?
Oh, whoa!
Stop
the presses though. Sherry just saw Everything Everywhere All at Once last night. It was so good.
Yeah, wasn't it?
Great, Sherry. I'm glad you took our recommendation.
That's a movie I thought was going to suck, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And
I told Cindy about it. I said, that movie we both put thumbs down because they kept showing the previews. Everyone says it's a great movie. She goes, I still don't want to see it. We got Downton Abbey coming up, and we got
Downton.
We got Top Gun.
Top Gun
Maverick. God damn it! The guy that says "God damn it, Maverick" is 90 years old.
Yeah, he never had hair.
9 years old.
90.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought we were talking about.
He was in Back to the Future.
Yes, of course, he was Strickland. So
he's the one that says, "God damn it, Maverick."
Yeah.
Maverick's disengaging, sir. Maverick. God damn it, Maverick.
So we did get an email this week, and before it gets too far.
So I can't talk about the show I watched.
No, not at all.
We got other media to talk about.
We 45 minutes about stupid show everybody hated.
There is this really important email that wrote in.
Randy has never had an important email.
How do you know it's Randy? We don't know that yet.
It's going to take us down an avenue we don't want to talk about.
The title of this email is called, we don't know if it's Randy or not, okay? But the title of this email is called, Strike Has Ended. Now that Jack has been released from his unfair and unjusted suspension from the Ramblecast. Dude, this isn't Twitter. Chill your panties. I will begrudgingly provide comedy gold once again. Once again, yeah.
First time.
Okay, it's Randy.
You gotta love Randy. You gotta love him.
Where does Princess Leia shop for Father's Day? At the Darth Mall. Hey, I know. Why not use Padme?
I was going to say Elizabeth Taylor's house. Yeah. That's where her dad went, right?
I don't know why this next one's for Matt.
Am I right?
I don't know why this next one's for Matt. It says, number 2, what do you get if you cross a sheep with a porcupine?
I don't know, Matt.
An animal that knits its own sweaters. Randy, those were both bad. And thanks for writing in. If you want to write in an email to us that's better than Randy.
Nobody got the Elizabeth Taylor joke. Nobody got the Elizabeth Taylor joke?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's another one that comes in.
Eddie
called
Fisher left a
review. Hi, you guys ever read your iTunes reviews? Jesus.
Did we get one? That's not the email. No, we had another email.
What other email are you
do we have
about?
an iTunes? We haven't had an iTunes review in like 5 years.
Yeah, I can look it up. But
I'm surprised that Jesus wrote in because his email says Simon, but I guess Jesus wrote us. So
Lord, hear our prayers.
Apparently they did. Yeah. So if you want to send us an email that is not as vague as that one, send it to rcadcast@gmail.com. We would appreciate it. We do read them on the show.
We had another email. Yeah, we had 3. We had 2 from today, and then one's just labeled Gmail. It says top 5 things to watch.
I have not seen that one.
Oh. Thursday.
Oh, yeah, okay. I thought that was just a junk
Best
mail
produced
thing.
podcast ever.
Fuck you, Jack. You step into these shoes. Wow. You step into these shoes. Come on.
I don't want to step in shit.
Yeah. The next time I see you, God damn it.
You know what? You can come over to my house. We'll go sledding in blue jeans, okay?
Fuck you, Jack.
Fuck you, dude.
Great.
I am coming there this weekend. You and me, arm wrestling, Fire Island, in our underwear. I don't care what it takes. I'm taking you down, mister.
Is this what happens when you guys are playing Fire Island? Because I don't play it.
All right. I didn't see this email because it was just labeled Gmail. So just random
Gmail.
And by the way, we didn't get any new iTunes reviews. If you're gonna give us an iTunes review, give us one on the Ramblecast After Dark, not the Jay and Jack
Maybe because this was from Jesus. Maybe it's in the Bible. We're supposed to look it up.
It's in your heart, dude. Just open it up.
It's the 11th commandment.
I'm just saying, if Chris gives a review of the Bible, it's probably going to be 1 star. Not believable. Not believable.
In the beginning, sure, kiss my ass.
Fuck this book.
Wow, this podcast has gone in a different direction. Top 5 things to watch.
And why are they still putting the Bibles in hotels? Our hotel we stayed at in Pittsburgh. I go, is the Gideon Bible here? Oh, sure, there it is, untouched, unused. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Have you ever met a Gideon?
Only if that was the case with their altar boys.
Oh, Lordy.
Lord, hear our prayer.
I think that's the name of the
podcast. I hear it already.
Lord, hear our podcast.
Hey, is it time for a flood? Can I flood something?
No, we don't have another commercial yet. But I do have this.
But before we flood, please pass around this donation container and put all your fucking money in it.
By the way,
you're gonna die anyway.
Because the priest has got to go on vacation.
You know, did I ever tell you my biggest fear? My biggest fear is not going to hell, but going up to heaven and dying on a day where a lot of people die, and I picked the wrong line.
Oh,
that would just, I mean, God damn, can this line not move any faster? Anyway,
I thought it was going to be purgatory, and you were just trapped on an island.
Well, did you ever see that movie? It wasn't very good. Called Chances Are with
Chances Are, I did see
it
that.
Came out in the 80s with Robert Downey Jr. And that's what it is. Like he's dating someone will tell me who it is, but anyway, and then he dies before they get married, and then you go up to heaven, and that's all you do is you get into a line again to go back to Earth. Like, well, this is bullshit.
Yeah, I think I do remember that. Yeah, vaguely. It's an '80s movie. They like to play around with like heaven and Earth, and like if
they had heaven. You had Heaven Can Wait.
Heaven Can Wait. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's the mistake in heaven? What's the mistake in Heaven Can Wait?
I don't know, but I'm just trying to read this fucking email.
Because when the quarterback what's his Jared? Is that what
Jared got put in jail, dude? It was like he was fucking kids.
Well, he was a former priest. I'll take the foot long for 100.
Is it unleavened bread? Because that's all I'm eating.
I like the spicy meat sandwiches.
The body of Christ compels you.
But he gets hurt.
Did you just say the body of Christ?
Yeah, as a Subway. Like
that's the fucking funniest thing you said tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I try.
But anyway, he gets knocked out, but then he comes back in he's actually dead, but he comes back in the game. But when you come out of the game, what happens in the NFL? Can you come back in for the next play? No, you either have to call a timeout or you have to sit out a play. Doesn't sit out. There's no timeout. Okay, go ahead.
I have no idea what I just schooled on, but here is the email from the person that sent in top 5 things to watch. Fuck, I already fucked it up. Hello, Boston, Franklin, Raleigh, and Loveland. Speaking of people that stalk us, thanks. Yeah. I'm always trying to keep track of the shows you guys review and talk about. But when it comes to time to watch something, I can never remember. I challenge each of you to come up with your top 5 shows to watch now. Please keep it to stuff that is current or at least has come out in the last few years. Maybe put them in the show notes. Ready, go.
West Wing.
F. Dave.
But he said last few years, Chris.
Last few years, that was in the 80s.
Last
80s?
Last decade.
90s?
99.
99.
That's 23 years ago.
You're right. You beat me. It's current.
Shit.
The Beaver, Gilligan's Island.
There's not any good shows on right now.
What are you talking about? We just got through
recently.
Severance.
He means like in the last 3 years.
We just
Carol Burnett.
We just got through Severance, which was really good. All like at
the
least
Dick
3
Van
of us
Dyke show.
like, highly recommend that. In fact,
Severance for sure.
Somebody just posted
Tommy Gray.
Ted Lasso. Station 11.
Definitely Ted Lasso.
I'm really enjoying it. So
Station 11.
I'm just gonna plug Barry
for all mankind.
For all mankind, yeah.
really enjoying the new season of Barry that just dropped. So if you're not familiar with that show, the third season's out. There's two other seasons to catch up with. It's got Henry Winkler acting as you've never seen him before, as you've never seen Henry Winkler before. I just will say that. So
it's a Dark Horse show that I really liked. That it's all in German, but you can hear it dubbed or subtitled. Is Dark on Netflix. Really fucking good show.
I need to catch up on that.
Yeah, there's only 3 seasons. Yeah, that's it. Only Murders in the Building is really worth checking out.
Only Murders in the Building. We loved. Yeah, I think.
Yes.
The Witcher.
What was this?
Witcher. Yep. Squid Game.
Squid Game. Oh, I forgot
Squid
about that.
Game. Yeah, Jack's like part of F. Dave's email. I think Jack actually wrote us this email. He's always forgets when we tell him to watch stuff, and he just wants us to get caught up on.
Well, if you like sci-fi, I can finally get a chance here. Watch Outer Range. I thought it was very good.
Or For All Mankind.
Chris, you're muted.
Outer Range. That's with Thanos, right?
Yes.
Fucking Brand Goonies. What's his
name? Yeah. And then I never remember his name, but he was
Josh Brolin.
Yeah, Josh Brolin, not him, but like then one of the other guys that he was in Armageddon.
Remember the Titans?
It was the other guy, the guy that was the dad of the other ranch.
Yeah, I was called Remember the Titans guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
So Jack and I both have watched and finished Outer Range. It's only 8 episodes for the first season. 30 minutes into it, I already text Jack. I was like, "This is what I think is going to happen." And I'm like,
you can't. I don't want to spoil you.
Yeah.
I did figure out something early on that did happen, but the last episode is probably one of the wildest, craziest, mind-bending episodes I've ever seen of television.
Will Fry is jumping on the season 2 of For All Mankind.
Yes, For All Mankind.
Very good. Season 3 about soon.
Flight Attendant. It's good.
I heard that show sucks.
Yeah, Matt hates it.
Okay, so I didn't hate it. I just didn't like the first season as much. I enjoyed the second season. Jack, you liked it. Well,
it's a whodunit. It's a different. It's not your basic whodunit because there's twists and turns and there's. Basically, she's seeing things that aren't there, but that's how she's solving things. Because she's working with her. But no, it's
Mike.
Atlanta. Yeah, Atlanta's very good.
Yeah. He also said Flight Attendant is great.
Atlanta. Sorry.
I love Flight Attendant.
Treese also. I'll mention all of Treese. He mentions Atlanta, Hacks, We Are Lady Parts, Girls 5 Eva, which just had a new season that dropped, and I loved the first season. It's a very short season.
The Kingdom.
It's on Peacock. Also, We Own the City and Barry. Matt Treese also mentions Barry. So
the Kingdom.
The Kingdom.
It's on Netflix. And then the Last Kingdom. I'm sorry, the Last Kingdom.
Sorry, not the First Kingdom or the Middle Kingdom. It's the last one. Yeah,
the Last Kingdom. I'm also enjoying the LA Lakers series. The winning season.
You've talked about that for a while. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's just like I said, it's interesting.
My wife just finished the Julia series on HBO Max, and she was kind of a little bit. She was kind of I think she just didn't feel like it was worthy of the season.
Mm.
Like she enjoyed the show, but she just felt like it was just kind of drug on too long. And I think because the way that HBO does it as there's a episode that drops each week, and if you're a person that gets hooked on those cliffhangers, you want to tune in to the next episode. So now that the whole season's out, maybe it's a little bit more bingeable and you'll enjoy it. Randy mentions the Ben Franklin.
I gotta finish that.
Found second part more interesting than the first part. Apparently,
I'd agree with that. Yeah,
because it got into the sex.
Is that when he's in France and he's fucking? He's
fucking everything.
He's just It's basically he's
like Magic Johnson.
Yeah, John Adams shows up and he's like, "Oh my god!" And then get out of here, prude.
He's like, I got enough trouble with Thomas Jefferson at home with my wife.
Right. But just to go back to
Ozark.
Yeah.
Ozark. Is Wendy Bird the worst person
ever
in the world?
Yeah.
Worst person ever. Now Laura Linney does a great job of playing
she's
her.
great.
That's
Great
actress. But it's she's unlikable. You can't like her.
Okay, I do want to recommend Outer Range that we were talking about earlier. It is a good show. It had only like a 70-something Rotten Tomato score, but I think it's higher than that. I think it should be in the 80s for sure. But Ozark should have had another season. That's. Really
I hear it's got because I'm on the 4th episode of the final.
The last
rundown.
Yeah, the last episode.
Well, it's funny.
Is underwhelming.
When I'm watching her brother, they're showing flashlight. I go, where have I seen him from?
Yeah, he's
out of range. I'm like, he's out of range.
As soon as I heard him speaking out of range, he's like, oh, that's the dude from Ozark. Yeah. But yeah, there was so much potential to how they could have ended Ozark, and I felt they shit the bed in the last episode. It's just like
I hear the ending is a letdown.
It's a letdown, yeah, because I automatically had like either you can do a whole other season and you could have redeemed some characters, or you could have just had a very much like, because like the whole point of the show is they want to get out of this life, and I would have liked to have been like, almost like have some kind of line of, you're in the mob, you're never out, or something like that, and like it just it doesn't end the way I wanted it to end.
The reason they didn't have another season, Justin Bateman was worn out from his range of acting. he couldn't handle anymore.
Yeah, we forgot to mention Pan Am.
Pan Am, that's probably if that would probably be on the top of all of our top 5 list. So sorry we didn't miss.
It does have Margot. What's her name? Robbie.
Ooh.
Wow, Jim!
It's like her first thing she did. Yeah.
Jim, long time listener, first time live chatter here. Slow Horses on Apple TV.
Yeah, Jim,
Gary Oldman is the best.
Jim's been in the chat before. You haven't noticed him.
No, I've never. I have not noticed Jim Atari in the chat.
I bet on Slow Horses at the Kentucky Derby and lost.
Jim, I
got an 80-1 shot.
I've not finished Slow Horses yet. I think the acting is good. I just felt that sometimes it's a bit slow for me anyway, but it's not a bad show. When I finish the series, I'll give a more valid opinion, but it's I'm going to finish it. It's kind of to me, it's like nothing like Raised by Wolves on HBO, but like it's like kind of, to me, I have the same feeling about it. It's like, oh, I'll watch it, but it's not something I'm just dying to see.
Lois and Clark, or Lois and Superman.
We got here.
PW. Whatever the hell it's called. It's a good show.
I know we were a little all over the place on that response.
Wait, what's that show I hate watched?
The La Brea. La Brea. That is the manifest.
You get through 2 episodes, you'll be hooked.
Well, I hope that helps. We really narrowed it down to just 5. So there you go.
Yeah.
5 of the best TV shows on TV right now.
60 minutes.
We didn't mention Better Call Saul, but Better Call Saul is finishing up their last season.
Someone did mention the chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, well there we go. We've covered it all.
Is there a show from the 50s, Chris, you'd like to recommend?
It's West Wing.
Happy Days was filmed in the 70s. And in front of a live studio audience. Well, apparently that was the thing. That was the thing that saved the show. So you're wrong, John. It is now time for me to wrap the fuck up on this show. Is what
saved the show is they made it more about Fonzie.
No, like I just listened to an interview with Henry Winkler, and he was saying like what saved the show is that they went to live studio audience. Before that, the first season was like.
But the first season
they were dead in the water.
The first season's the funniest season.
He also mentions Chuck, and he said he went up into that bedroom and then he never came down. He said he literally went up and then he never came back down from that bedroom. And
didn't he stay at Chuck's room? Didn't he?
Well, I think eventually he might, but like as Henry Winkler was saying, like they had 2 older brothers to write for on the show, the Fonz and Chuck, and they just couldn't have 2 older brothers. Like the Fonz, even though he's not the older brother, is essentially Richie Cunningham's older brother.
Of course, when he moves, because originally Richie and Potsy were best friends.
Yeah, they're best friends, but that's not your older brother, dude.
No,
That's
but
not the guy that's going. That's not the
Yeah.
guy that is going to take you out back behind the football bleachers and show you, how to fuck a sheep or something like that. I was throwing that out there for our chat. So,
Thrown out there
all
for
right.
our chat.
Yeah, for our chat. Thanks for joining us live.
Well, how many rooms did they have upstairs? I mean,
We don't know. You're getting into
who fucking cares?
Well, it's been open because
For
Okay,
fuck's
Jack,
sake,
Jack,
he's trying to
here,
wrap up the goddamn show.
when
Jack,
you
here's
look at
the-
the older
Jack,
when you look
Jack.
at the older episodes, you have the
Jack, you know what? I love you, man. I'm going to see you this weekend at the Raleigh meetup. Maybe Sherry will be there. Maybe we can all talk about the Fonzie's house. I'll bring pencils and paper. We can draw the whole map out. I love that shit. We lost Jack, sadly, just like we did Chuck Cunningham. Probably never coming
Jesus,
down.
Matt, fucking get on with it. I think.
All right,
quicker
so
if
let's
we let
wrap up
Jack
the
on
show before Jack comes back.
When he said
parents' room, Richie's room, Joni's room. There's no other room. There's a bathroom over here. There's no other room up there.
Jack
For the
has in
record,
that
Chris,
time.
Matt
heart.
is showing us. Jack is showing us 3 squares.
All right, I have some names to list off here for tonight. Thanks for joining everybody that joined us
I had
live.
to do this last week, Chris, so you owe me.
I did. I forced him to do it. So there is a theme to these. We'll see if Chris can get them, and I hope I did.
I hope the theme is they don't all suck.
Yeah,
But
me
we'll
too.
go here.
Me too.
Top Gun Tack.
Okay. All right, I'm
Matt did a
skipping
good
that
one
card.
for
I'll use that card at the end because it's the best.
Bullet Ed Train.
Bullet
wrong.
Ed Train.
We got 2 80s films so far.
Is that Steve McQueen Bullet?
No,
Why is she mad?
This is 3 lines of text. Maggie into the Multiverse of Madness. Fucking mailed it in. Jurassic World Joanne. Did you fucking buy a stamp for this shit? Because you fucking mailed it.
this is my favorite.
Eckhart, the Elvis movie bio. Fuck this shit. I'm sorry, but patrons. You guys deserve so much more than this garbage.
I hope the patrons are there at Raleigh so I can thank them in person.
There was a time when Matt gave a shit about you.
This
It
is
was.
almost like a
And he
Jimmy Carson
actually-
monologue.
Remember when he had some grade A drawings? We're like, wow, that's and like we always said, man, that's your best one yet. Kind of like a la Nick's song. But like I haven't been able to say, Matt, that's been your best one yet in quite a long time.
I know. Remember this one though? This one was really good.
Yeah, so good you throw it across the room. Understandable, Ed.
That must have been when I was banned because I don't remember.
You
I remember that one
you
either.
didn't see this one then either.
I don't remember that one.
You
No.
don't remember that one? You were drunk. Anyway, well, thanks for joining us live. And if you
Hey,
are
wait,
in Raleigh,
I don't like
over
being
the
on this
weekend-
side.
Well, you don't have to be there for that long. Enjoy the side dish. There's ketchup over there. There's mayo. Anyway,
Wow, you're quite the host.
I will be in Raleigh. I'll try to bring some of these drawings with me. So if anybody wants to throw them in the garbage disposal, they can do it themselves.
They have a fire pit.
They can color them. The fire pit, raffle them off, or
Burn 'em.
use them as diapers.
Burn it.
So
Is it almost 11?
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I was trying to wrap this up. It's like, all right. Anyway,
take charge.
thanks for joining us live, Nick. Thank you for that
Slipped
wonderful
right in,
intro.
Riley.
John says, in conclusion, hashtag.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Just